Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm back now with my papers. These are my papers inspired by Barbara at 49 Dragonflies. She did Pimp Your Coffee Dyed Papers video. And these are my food coloured papers, which have been now pimped, as she called it. And I also had done some, but these were done off camera. So this one was a pimped coffee dyed paper. And yeah, I think the others were all food coloured papers. So I thought that I would come along and show you the results from the previous video where obviously I had, done the patterning of the food coloured papers, and we will make a couple of things. So if you saw my last video where I had made this paper, which I absolutely hated, I have to say, I'm preferring it now to, my initial kind of feelings towards it. Still not loving it, it's got to be said. But, hopefully we can still make it look nice and, use it with something. So that's that one. Then I had this one, which, I just love this one, as it is, full stop. It just looks so, so pretty. I don't know, again, whether the camera picks this up very well, but it's a pale orangey yellow colour. And yeah, it just looks really kind of very warm and, just beautiful, beautiful shade. So that's that one. We did this one with the pinks and the browns, which again, absolutely love this. And then it's got some touches of gold kind of splotted around on there. And then we've got this one, which this one's probably my favourite actually. Which, yeah, this one is again, this is a very pale yellowy orange. It's very pale, I have to say. And then obviously I've sprayed it with the coffee dye and, what have you. And we've obviously stenciled over it with some stays on and then done some stamping. It just looks so pretty. Right, so I've put those out of the way now. And I think what we'll do, let's try and get rid of this one because, yeah, this is kind of my world's worst one. So, yeah, let's just try and get rid of this one in the first instance. So what I've got here is some 12 by 12, an offcut of some 12 by 12 paper, which I'm probably, not really going to be using. And what I thought we'd do is just literally cut this in half lengthways. So this has been cut, pretty much approximately in half already. A bit, this is a bit over half, to be honest. But I'm going to just cut it down like this in the first instance. And then I'm going to cut it down again to hopefully make kind of 2 tags. From each half, if you see what I mean. So let's just cut that down like that. And again, I'm not too worried. I will go over these and kind of neaten them up in terms of shape and size and things in a moment. So yeah, I'm not too worried that they're not very straight or anything. They'll hopefully be improved, as we go on. Right, so that's my basis for my tags. Now I just have to decide, am I going to use this as like collage, or am I going to use it in its entirety? Do you know, I think we might do a couple of each actually. So yeah, let's do a couple of each. Now, do I want this on the back of the tag? Because actually it's quite nice, to be honest. I would always go really for the plain. Yeah, best go for the plain, because if I don't go for the plain, I will probably then find I'm struggling to kind of use it, because I'll feel like it doesn't really match a journal as it should or something like that. So yeah, I'll go for the plain half. Right, let's just unclog my glue. Just that second topped it up, so it should be raring to go. But yeah, it's been sat there now for quite a while. Well, I hadn't used it yet today other than topping it up. So right, okay, yeah, I'm going to go for, I think, this corner first. So we'll just pop that one down on there. And then what I'll do is I'm just going to turn it over and then go from the other side to do the spreading, I think. And then I might turn it over and spread it on the other side as well. So, obviously, as you can see, these have been, food coloured and then mucked about with on just regular copy paper. It's actually slightly thicker than copy paper. It's 100 GSM instead of regular copy papers like 70 or 80. But as you can see, it's still pretty thin. So hence all my stamping and what have you, the stenciling, it's all showing through on the back of the paper. So personally, I wouldn't then use this as like, say, a foldy or something without sticking something on the back, like, you know, like we're doing here, because, you know, to me that just feels like I don't want to see necessarily all that stuff, you know, through the paper. So let's just cut this down. Okay. And then I'm just going to do a bit of glue spreading on this side now, just so as I really hopefully get the, you know, any last wrinkles. Oh my goodness, look what I've done. Just torn straight through that paper. It's probably a little bit on the soggy side still, because I'm filming this, you know, straight after kind of doing it. I just dried them slightly with my heat tool, and I've probably not dried them thoroughly enough. So yeah, oops. Don't do as I say. Do as I, or don't do as I do as I say, as the saying goes. Right, so that's the first one. Obviously I'm going to trim these down, so, you know, please don't worry if it's looking horribly skew-iff and not straight. Okay, so I'm going to do the next one. Well, I guess we'll do the next one probably the same, and then perhaps we'll collage the last couple. So yeah, let's do this one now. So just pop this one down. Whoops. Like that. Okay. Again, just spread the glue with the glue spreader. Okay. Like that. Okay, trying to take a little bit more care here, so hopefully I'm not going to end up with a torn section on this one. Otherwise, perhaps that will just be a little feature of all of these. They'll all have a torn section. So again, I'm going to just trim this down in a minute. I'll just get it, you know, cut out first, roughly. Okay, so that's that one. And then the last two, we'll collage on these. So we'll collage obviously using this, you know, remainder of this paper. So I'm just going to have a sip of my tea. Hold on. Okay, I finished my tea. So let's just put some of these bits down as some collage on here. So let's just take this piece and put it down on that side, I think. Yeah, so I hope everyone's having a good day. Hope you're getting some crafting done. If you saw Barbara's original video, maybe you have also been inspired to pimp some of your coffee dyed papers. And yeah, hope that you've been having fun. Let me know in the comments below what you've been doing to your papers, because I love hearing, you know, other ideas and things to do. So yeah, I would love to hear what you've been making and how you've been altering your papers. Okay, right, let's just take some of this. This is from my lace and letters background papers. And, you know, I mean, as you know, I love using blacks and things like that. So it just, yeah, it seems like a sort of natural thing to just pull in some black, to be honest. And then I think I'll just have it finished off down here with just some book page. Yeah, so I'm just going to pop this black down first. I'm going to trim this up afterwards, just because, you know, sometimes I find it just easier and quicker to get everything placed down and then do all the tidying up, you know, in one go, rather than try and cut each little piece of paper, you know, roughly to size. Just get it all glued on there, and then it's you know, can work out sort of quicker, really. Okay, right, so that's that one. Love the colours together, you know, the black and the blue and the book page. They look gorgeous, don't they? Okay, just mop that up a bit. Okay, it's probably all stuck to the desk now. Yep, so just move that to one side out the way, and we'll do the last one, get some collage going on the last one. So okay, let's move that to one side and pull in the last one. And again, I'm just going to try and sort of use things in the order that they are, if that makes sense. So, you know, I've got this little piece left. It would be kind of good to use that piece first, if you see what I mean. So, right. This obviously has got the hole in from where it was the 12 by 12 paper pad. So I'm going to have to get rid of the hole. I was thinking I could cover it up, but to be honest, because I'm only using, you know, copy weight thickness of paper, it's just not really going to be feasible to just cover up that hole. It would not cover, you know, sufficiently, I think. So yeah, let's just go for it like this, and that's fine, you know, not a problem. Okay, let's pop that one down like that. Okay, and just get my wipe, spread that like that. Okay, just mop up the desk. Okie dokie, and then again, just taking some more of this, just because, you know, I've used some of this already. I might as well now, you know, continue with it rather than create more scraps by pulling in something else again. So yeah, I'm just going to use the same sort of paper again. There just seems no sense in you know, literally pulling in completely new scraps you know, when I've actually created a scrap in the first place already. So there we go. Okay, and again, I'm just going to tear this book page down, and then we'll just pop that across the bottom. So, and like I say, totally not worried. I'm going to just tidy all of this up in a moment. So yeah, okay, right, that's all of my bits of paper stuck down. That was using just that scrap of the 12 by 12 papers. So obviously I have got this section left, which, you know, we could always do something with that in a minute, but yeah, let's just focus on these ones first, because obviously they're the ones that I have bought in, you know, that scrap of 12 by 12 paper to make some tags and things. So okay, let's spread that glue nicely. Right, okay, let's trim them all down now. So I'll just take the first couple that we did as, you know, complete. These were complete sheets of the background paper. So we'll just trim that down like that. Oops. Okay, right. And then just going to trim that down at the bottom. Okay. I might even have to make that the top, actually. Yeah, completely kind of backtracking now, but I just suddenly thought, actually, I prefer to cut my corners into this, because actually I don't feel like there's very much gold and things going on that top piece. I think I could make it look a lot nicer, you know, working with the bottom, if you see what I mean, because there's a lot more gold and things at the bottom. Okay, right, so that's that one. Let's trim this one down now. My gosh, it's getting really hot up here, I have to say. Yeah, we seem to finally have summer has come along. Summer has arrived. And now it's stifling. Honestly, I'm just never happy. I complain when it's cold. I'm complaining now it's hot. I mean, it's actually really hot outside. But it's also really hot up here because, you know, and I know I've said all this before, I work here up in the loft, you know, that's been converted, and so of course it does get very, very, very hot up here, you know, because it's up in the loft. So yes, I'm feeling the heat a lot today, and yeah, I had planned on having like a complete filming day for, like, you know, hours and hours while my daughter's at school. And yeah, I'm now not sure that I'm going to make it much longer than just a couple of videos, because it's so hot. You know, I'm already just stifling. So yeah, maybe won't do as well as I thought. Right, okay, enough of my going on and rambling on. let's have a look and see what we're going to put on these. Actually, I'm just going to cut down the other couple and then we can kind of do them all at the same time. So yeah, just trim those down. Okay. Like that, and then this one here. Okie dokie. Right, so yeah, I've made a horrible job of this, not straight at all. Okay, hopefully looking slightly better. And I would just go down this side as well, which again, not straight at all so far. So let's tidy that up. Okay. That's a bit better. Okay, right. And do we want to make this tag shaped? Yeah. So again, just kind of cut those little triangles for the, you know, the corners of the tag. Like that. And we forgot to do that on this one. So again, just kind of go in there and do those. Okay, now I'm debating what to use for like the toppers on here, whether to actually put individual elements or whether to use like some clusters or something that we've made previously. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, obviously if you use clusters and things, it just makes making the tags so easy, quick and easy. So I might have to do at least one using a sort of ready-made element. But perhaps we'll do another one or two incorporating individual things. I'm not sure. So yeah, let's just trim that down. Okay, and again we'll just put some corners on here as well. So just one, take that triangle across and do the other one. Okay, so that's a bit of a sort of fat tag. Oh, I've mucked up that corner. Oh dear. Mucking up the shape of this tag completely. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well, never mind. Right, okay. That looks a bit better. So, I mean, obviously they're very soggy at the moment because, yeah, where I've glued them on. Okay, let's see what types of things we would want to put on these. So we've got, yeah, let's do alternate. So we've got the collage ones and then the, you know, the, not collage, I guess we'd call them. So yeah, the collaged and the not collaged ones there. So let's just have a little bit of a look and see what I've got laying about that we could maybe pull in. So I've got here some of my faux stamped images from my faux stamped set 2. Oh, how yummy does that look? And these I had actually cut out, you know, with a view to using them for something else actually. So they just happen to be, you know, here already on my desk, which is brilliant. Now this one is on copy paper, and generally I wouldn't really choose to, you know, use things like the decorative pieces from copy paper, if that makes sense. I normally would probably prefer to use, you know, much thicker, heavier weight paper. But, you know, in this instance, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Well, not just in this instance, I guess just generally it, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's not kind of the end of the world. But yeah, just ideally, I prefer to use, you know, things printed on slightly thicker paper. Okay. Let's just see what else I've got. Like I say, I had actually cut these out previously with a view to using them on some other bits and pieces already. So yeah, they had already been pre-cut, which is awesome because it obviously saves me cutting things out now. I will still have to cut some things out because I haven't got enough pieces, but you know, it at least kind of saves some of that. Okay, let's just have a look. I think some of these pieces are actually going to be proving too small to use on these tags, if you see what I mean. Let's just move these bits around and see. Okay, well, I mean, I love her there. That's just, yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Really, really, really love her. So I'm going to glue the this faux frame type piece down. And these little faux frames, these black shaded frames, these are from my vintage tanners. I seem to have used that kit so much lately. I mean, obviously I'm always a bit of a fan of black kind of dramatic, you know, black lace and black papers and things like that. So yeah, I've been using it endlessly because it's just really up my street. But that's where those little frames are from. They're from the vintage tanners. So if you were kind of looking for those, that's where they have come from. Okay, so that's those pieces. I've got some other bits here actually. Okay, and I've got some black lace here. So yeah, definitely we'll have a black lace kind of topper. So I think I'm going to glue her on. Now I'm just wondering whether she might need anything else. And again, got some more bits from the stamped, faux stamped pieces. Just see whether any of those would look good, kind of tucked behind her at all or anything. No, don't want that. Let's just have a look and see, because obviously I've got some numbers and stuff. We might, you know, we might actually want some numbers on there. So again, let's just have a look. Got some black numbers. Again, I'm just going to ink that up because obviously that's black and white. So to me it feels then, you know, it's not really going because these pieces are black and brown essentially, I guess. Okay. Oh yeah, that's much better. So, and these are my original number tabs, which again, they're obviously available in my shop. Okay. Yeah. Love how that looks. So let's just pop this number down. Okay. Oops. So, I mean, not too bad actually for, you know, the papers that I didn't really like, those blue ones, you know, that we made in the previous video. You know, they actually look really nice once you've torn them down. And that's what I was kind of trying to say is, you know, you can look at the papers while you're making them and think, oh my gosh, that just looks awful. But I mean, actually, when you come to use them, you know, you can tear them down in such a way that, you know, you're not really going to actually be too caught up in, you know, how it's kind of then looking, it, you know, because you're going to just see small elements from that paper and things. Now, I'm just wondering, whilst I'm talking about the paper, whether we wanted to have any more of that blue, like coming out behind her. I don't know. I'm just going to tear this down. I only want, you know, a real tiny fraction, just for like a little splash of blue there. Let's just have a look. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? What do we think? Or I wonder whether it could go here, coming out from this angle. Oops. Oh no, that's a bit weird. Right, that one's weird. Okay, let's just check again here. I don't want it to look like it's kind of attached to her dress, obviously. That would be strange. But yeah, I think that does look quite nice. I mean, she looks nice without it, but this kind of lifts her somehow, doesn't it? So yeah, let's just pop that in the background of her there. Okay, right, let's just mop that up. Okay. Okie dokie, and then I'm just going to ink around. Just going to ink around her a bit. I mean, to be honest, she doesn't really particularly need it, but just, you know, just in case. And then I'm just going to ink around the tag itself. Whoops. Kind of was very heavy-handed with the ink there, I think, but never mind. And again, just around that blue. Now, these have been backed, obviously, onto that 12 by 12, which, you know, is white. So I will just kind of ink that over as well on the back. These are very, very soggy due to, obviously, the glue coming out pretty fluidly today. I think it's a temperature thing. I think the glue kind of like really loves to run out when it's, you know, when it's warm. So yeah, I've got very soggy tags, but I mean, hopefully they'll dry, you know, dry much more solidly and won't be a problem. Okay, so I'm going to then just pop her on there. Now I'm going to again use my hot glue for her so that hopefully she's going to end up with a sort of slightly raised effect, you know, almost like she's been popped on, you know, those big sticky dots things. but you know, without having to use the sticky dots. So there we go. Just gives her a bit of, you know, bit of a lifted effect. I mean, I don't know whether you can really see that on camera, but she's barely lifted, if you see what I mean. It's not like it's big and bulbous like those foam dots sometimes make things, but it's just enough to give it a little tiny bit of, you know, a bit of an impact. So that's her. Now, I think what I'd like to do is just have a little bit of gold actually around the edge of that tag as well. So just going to pull in my Inca gold. So, oops, here we go. This is a different colour gold, so I hope this isn't going to look really awful kind of with this, because obviously this seems a lot more of an orangey gold, but yeah, just want to kind of have that gold brought in really. Okay. Like that. Oops. And a bit across the top of the black paper as well. Okay, how gorgeous is that tag? Looks lovely, doesn't it? So then I'm just going to use my little slot punch thing. So, and again, I saw this on Barbara from 49 Dragonflies. She used one of these and I just thought it was so cool. I couldn't wait to buy one. So I got mine from Amazon. I think I just searched for slot punch. So yeah, if you're looking for them, if you just search slot punch, it should come up. So yeah, let's just go through there. I'm just wondering, I don't think I've ever kind of gone through them like this on these. Don't know what it's going to look like because that slot is obviously rectangular, which is obviously, oh my goodness, look what I've done to that tag. Just torn straight through there. What a wally. Right. Okay, that's because I'm so hand-fisted that, oh my goodness, I don't know my own strength, obviously. Right, okay. So let's just, yeah, scrap that, and we won't be using that lace there. Instead, we will use, I think, a tab. So again, let me just have a look and see. I've got some tabs here somewhere. Let me find my little file folder full of tabs. Of course, now I can't find that. Oh dear, nothing's ever easy, is it? I've used the tabs recently, and so I know that they're, you know, here-ish, somewhere here. And of course now I can't see them, so please bear with me for just a few minutes. Oh my goodness, what have I done with those? Oh, tabs, here we go. Tabs. Let's see if we've got one that's kind of going to suit this, or if not, I can obviously just quickly make one, but you know, it'd just be handy if I actually just happen to have one in here that would be just right to use. Well, that's not too bad, to be honest. So I'm going to just make this slightly smaller because it's a little bit on the big side, so I'm just going to trim it down at each side, and then I'm just going to trim it down at the bottom as well, just so it's a bit smaller to fit on that tag. Oops, just cut that edge in slightly more. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. So, I mean, obviously, you know, I've had to do that because, of course, I was so clumsy that I just tore straight through the tag. But it's fine because actually I think it looks really nice. So hopefully it's turned out to be one of those happy accidents, you know. Right, let's try and just smoosh that down. And then all I'm going to do is, again, just hot glue this front and back like that. So like that, and yep. And then just smoosh it together. And again, I mean, I'm using the hot glue because that's just so instant. You know, I don't have to then worry that that tab's not closed properly. It is closed properly, you know, and yeah, it's instant, which is great. So now thinking I might have to do something here with a bit of lace, so I might just go for just a tiny bit kind of stapled on, but just on this one side, or do I want it on the other side? Again, it's probably not really even worth worrying which side it wants to go, but you know, us crafters, we do, don't we? We do worry and hope that we've got it on the right side. Just check before I staple it down. Oh, perhaps it wants to go that side. Otherwise, I feel like everything's, you know, I'm trying to make it too symmetrical, perhaps. Oh no. Honestly, I'm chopping and changing my mind every 2 seconds now. Right, let's put it this side, as I'd originally kind of held it. So, yeah, ignore my waffling. I've done a U-turn and changed my mind anyway, so... Oh, dear. It means nothing. When I try and explain my rationale, it just means nothing, because 2 seconds later, I've done something different. Okay, so that's that one. Isn't she just gorgeous? Love, love, love that tag. Really, really pretty. Right, let's move that to one side. Okay, need to crack on because I'm going very, very slowly today. Right, okay, so we've got this one. And again, I'm going to just go around the edge of this tag with some gold. I love that kind of luxury, you know, the gold kind of effect or impact that the gold has. It just looks really sumptuous and lovely, doesn't it? Can't tell you how much I love that gold alcohol ink. It's like maybe my new favourite thing. Well, I mean, it probably will never beat black lace, obviously, but you know, it's up there. Yeah, it's certainly up there. I do really like it. Okay, right, let me bring in my butterflies now, because I'm thinking we'll have this on here. And, you know, maybe we could just have, oh, not that one. Maybe we could just have like a butterfly or something. Wonder what that would be like. Probably a bit strange. Might be that that's just not the right butterfly at all. Let's just see if we've got some others. Probably need to ink these up a little bit as well. Let me just ink a couple of these because, you know, I might be able to get a better idea if they're actually inked up. So, okay. Oh, that one's lovely on there. Who knew? Who would have thought that that one would look good on there? But it really does look good, doesn't it? I love how that looks. Yeah, really love how that looks. Okay, what else do we want on there? Oh, I've got this blue ribbon actually. Thinking the blue ribbon would look pretty good on here somewhere. So again, do we want to have this like ruffled across? Ooh, that might look quite nice, mightn't it? Yeah, I love how that blue ribbon will look. I'm now wondering, okay, well, let's get this down. Do you think it needs some book page in the back of there? Maybe it could do with some book page. Let me just bring in a little bit of book page. Oops. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. Okay. Oh, that's my toadstool book. I don't want to use that. Just being stingy, because obviously that's got pictures on it that I might want to use. So yeah, goodness, don't want to use that. Okay, I've got some book page here. Let's just bring this in. I mean, it really only needs like, you know, just a real tiny piece, doesn't it, showing, but that can make all the difference. So let's just pop that down. Like that. Okay. Again, just dab that out. Okay. Like that. And just suddenly spotted this chap actually whilst I tore that book page out. So this is a vintage book. Love this book and I've been using it all the time recently. I couldn't tell you where I got it, I'm afraid, and actually the cover's missing at the moment, so I can't even tell you what it's called. But I'll try and remember and have a look in a minute. But you know, because obviously it must have the title of it written somewhere else, not just on the cover. But oh. Actually, I've just suddenly thought I'm having that butterfly on there, aren't I? So that's a bit weird, probably, to have that chap on there as well. Yeah, you know, that man and that butterfly, I'm not sure they're a kind of match made in heaven, are they? I mean, there's probably nothing wrong with them being on there together, but it just seemed a bit like two weird separate themes, really. Right, let's glue this on. So again, I'm just going to use my hot glue so as we've got that slightly raised effect again. Okay, so just pop that one down like that. Okay. Okie dokie, and grab my... This number was just literally, I could see it sideways on in my organiser, and I thought, oh, what a perfect colour this is for this tag. So yeah, it kind of like couldn't really not be used, could it? I don't know whether it really kind of goes on there shape-wise and style-wise, but I thought the colour was so perfect, couldn't just leave it there, to be honest. Okay, so again, just going to hot glue that one down. Like that. Okay, and then I'll take my butterfly and just going to kind of like, you know, glue it in like that. So that the wings are sort of flapping. You know, they've got potential to flap anyway. Oh my goodness, I love how that tag looks. Oh, that's the problem as crafters. I don't know about you guys, but you know, we just love it all, don't we? You know, we make these things and then I just find myself just thinking, oh, I love this, I love that. And yeah, before we know it, we're loving everything and, you know, subsequently not really wanting to part with anything at all. Right, I'm going to have a go again at doing a slot. Now let's hope that I don't now muck this one up and tear straight through it like I did the other one. Stranger things have happened, obviously. You know, there is a possibility that I will do that for a second time, because that's just how clumsy I am. Right, so what I'm thinking is kind of cut that off there. And then I'm going to try and do like a bow or something around that lace with this ribbon. So, and again, this ribbon, I mean, this just happened to be laying about on my desk and yeah, obviously from another project. But my goodness, what a perfect colour for these tags. So let's just tie that round there. Right, I need to be careful because this is where I could end up ripping that tag again. Okay. It around. Oh my goodness, not making a good job of this at all. I'm going to end up with like the world's biggest, clumsiest bow on here. It's just going to look really stupid. Okay, let's just tie that down. Oh dear. This is one of those types of things that, you know, I maybe have seen other people do things like this and it all looks quite delicate and lovely. I try and do it and it just looks like a giant weird mess, really. Okay, well that's not too bad actually, because I really wanted to get that ribbon in there because it was just such a perfect colour. It felt like it was kind of calling to be used, to be honest. Okay, right, let's just now trim that, or you know, going to glue that into place so that that ribbon kind of stays facing this way. So just going to take my hot glue, just pop like a little dab there. And then hopefully, you know, that's going to hold that in place is the plan. Not working so far. Yep, not working so far. Okay. So I think what I need to do is now just have a little dab here to help it along. So let's just try that. Okay. Woo. Okie dokie. Oh, how pretty does that look? I love how that looks. Right, and then do we just want a little bit of lace maybe at the bottom? Again, I don't know as I want it going right the way across. I think just a little bit at the side actually is nice. So, oh, sorry about the siren out there. Okay. So yeah, just a little bit of lace there to the side. How pretty is that? Love how that looks. Oh dear, got all bits and pieces on the back of this now from the dirty desk. Okay, right. So that's tag number 2. Again, just want to just ink up the back of there because of course it's very white in comparison to, well, not in comparison, it is very white. It's not only white in comparison to something else, it is white. So yeah. Okay, so that's tag number 2. Right, let's quickly do the others. And I say quickly because, wow, I feel like I'm really dragging my feet here. Okay, right, now thinking perhaps we could have this man with that frame because, of course, you know, cut him out or torn him out of that book. So just be good to use him. And, you know, of course, he is like a vintage, you know, genuine vintage image. Just going to ink this up a little bit. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking like that. So I don't want him kind of smack bang in the middle of the frame, if you see what I mean, but just off to the side. I think that works quite nicely and, you know, looks quite good like that. Let's just have a look and see if we want any like vintage document or anything from my faux stamped pieces, like maybe in the background, poking out at all. And again, we've got that little scrap. Just kind of tear that down and just check that we don't want any more of like the blue paper anywhere. I mean, we don't really want it looking like a checkerboard, you know, like a chessboard or anything like that. So got to be a bit careful, but just wondered whether that might look good. Not really got that much gold on this, which is a bit annoying, to be honest, but never mind. Well, unless I tear in a piece which has got more gold, but then I feel like I'm wasting the paper. Honestly, I mean, how ridiculous. Wasting the paper. I don't, you know, the paper I don't actually feel that happy with anyway, so does it matter if I feel like I'm wasting it? Not really, does it? That's how ridiculous that, you know, sometimes I get is even a paper that, you know, I'm not even that keen on. I'm then trying to hoard that, you know, and kind of thinking, oh, I don't want to use all of that. You know, it's the paper I didn't even like in the first place. So why am I trying to hold on to it? Why am I trying to actually hoard that and not use that even? What's wrong with me? Okay, right. Okay, glue this piece down like that. Okay, and the frame. Oops. Like that. Okay, right. Okay, loving how that looks so far. And then we're going to have this chap there like that. Now, again, just wondering whether we want to have anything else kind of layered up. That's quite nice, actually. Yep, let's layer that up. So, okay. So again, this frame's from the Vintage Tanners, and then this piece here is from my faux stamped pieces set 2. So, yeah. But they, you know, they complement each other quite well, to be honest. And then the black script paper, that's from my lace and letters. So yeah, they all kind of you know, work quite well together because of course they're predominantly, you know, they're based around the black stuff. Okay, oh, that's such a lovely tag, isn't it? Yep, really like how that looks. And what should we do on, you know, with regards to a tab for this? Not sure. This one, I'm feeling this needs some black stitching around the edge, so I might have to nip off and do that in a second because the black stitching's definitely calling me. I mean, the other ones actually, you know, I didn't kind of have that feeling of, oh, they definitely need black stitching. This one I just think would look very, very nice with black stitching. So yeah, I might have to nip off to the sewing machine in a second and quickly do that before the finish of the video so that I can show you guys what it looks like. But yeah, I'm going to kind of leave that, I think. I mean, I do feel like it could do with something else, maybe like a number or something. But again, it's finding the right piece, and, you know, feel a little bit like you're probably getting a bit bored because I've only made 3 tags. 3 tags, and yeah, I feel like I'm dragging my feet with making decisions of any kind. So, right, I'm going to take that to the sewing machine in a minute. Okay, last one. So, the last one, I've got this lovely large lady. Again, she's from my stamped images. So, thinking we could have her like that, obviously with this frame. So, and again, you know, it's just lovely when you can actually use like the other half of the frame. I love using frames cut in half. Frames and labels and things like that cut in half. Kind of always have loved using them that way. You know, used to do it a lot in my kind of scrapbooking and things, and just it stayed with me. I just think it's something that really works well when you cut them in half, and you know, you don't have to have them hanging off the edge of a page like this. But you could have them like coming out from something, just half of them, and you know, that's just being frugal, I guess, because you're not then wasting the whole frame if actually you can only see part, you know, part of it. But yeah, I think they look really, really great when you just use half. So, okay, let's just ink around there. Okie dokie. Oh, how nice does that look? And again, just wondering whether I might like a bit of vintage document kind of in there. And again, that vintage document's just from my stamped pieces set 2. Okay, just put that behind her. Now I've not inked that intentionally so that she kind of stands out from that, if you see what I mean. So just again going to kind of hot glue her on so she's got that extra bit of definition again. I'll just pop a new glue stick into my glue gun. Hold on. Oops, come on. Okay, right, let's just go around her. Yeah, still wondering what tab to do on now this one and the previous tag. So yeah, I'll have to have a bit of a think. So I might take her across to the sewing machine actually, because I think she would look pretty good stitched around. So I'm just going to ink her up actually as well, so she's got a bit more of a grungy kind of thing going on. Okay. I mean, to be honest, you know, I've really included very little pieces on each one of these tags. So I think each piece has got no more than about 3 things stuck on it. And that's the thing, you know, I don't think you necessarily need to be sticking loads of things on. You know, if you're, you know, picking kind of nice things to put on there, I think you can have a big impact with not many items, if you see what I mean. So yeah, I think that's kind of what we've got here, is a big impact with not too many different things going on. Okay, right, I'm going to take them around to the sewing machine and you know, stitch around them. I'm now kind of thinking I might just stitch some lace or something when I take it to the sewing machine as the tab for her. Potentially even him as well. So I'll be back in a moment. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back from the sewing machine now, and what I did, she had some scraps over there of this lace which has been coffee dyed, and I just thought actually that looked pretty good as a tab, so I've just literally stitched that across on these 2. And I also had some of this pretty lace. This was just off of an old top, and I just kind of tore / cut you know, a piece of lace off and just kind of stitched that in, which I just thought looked really lovely on there, and just finishes that off. So that's the stitching on those 2. And then obviously these were the original 2 that we made, you know, together kind of at the beginning. So that's the 4 tags that I've made. Sorry, I'm just moving the camera to hopefully get them all in on screen. The 4 tabs that we've made from our, you know, background page that I wasn't really very happy with, but I think the tags look awesome. So yeah, I'm incredibly happy with the finished tags. So I'll probably keep these scraps. I know, absolutely ridiculous, but just maybe make, you know, some very tiny clusters or something like that with them, just so that I've kind of used them up and, you know, I haven't got it laying around or anything. But of course, you know, heaven forbid that I would actually throw it in the bin. So anyway, I hope that you like the tags, and yeah, hopefully I'll come back and we can have a bit more of a play with the other papers that we've made. But yeah, in the meantime, I hope you all have fun, and yeah, enjoy it if you decide to make some of your own papers inspired by Barbara over at 49 Dragonflies. and I hope you all have a great day. Hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.